In the shadowy world of government secrets and concealed agendas, few stories are as compelling or as shrouded in mystery as the tale of America's secret alien bases. For decades, these hidden installations have been the subject of intense speculation, whispered about in hushed tones among conspiracy theorists and UFO enthusiasts alike. But what exactly is hidden within these secretive facilities? Are they merely top-secret military installations, or do they house something far more extraordinary? The answer, if it were ever fully revealed, could fundamentally alter our understanding of our place in the universe. The story of these secret bases begins in the aftermath of World War II, during a period of rapid technological advancement and growing tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union. The war had spurred the development of new weapons and technologies at an unprecedented pace, and as the Cold War dawned, both superpowers were locked in a fierce competition for global dominance. It was in this high-stakes environment that the U.S. government began to take an interest in the strange objects that had been reported in the skies above Europe and North America, objects that seemed to defy conventional explanation. These were not the simple warplanes of the era, nor were they experimental jets that the military could account for. Reports of unidentified flying objects, or UFOs, began to surface with increasing frequency in the late 1940s and early 1950s. These sightings, often reported by experienced military pilots and radar operators, could not be easily dismissed. The objects were described as disc-shaped or cylindrical, capable of extraordinary maneuvers that no known aircraft could perform. They moved with a speed and agility that defied the physics of flight, as it was then understood, hovering, darting, and vanishing at will. The U.S. government, concerned about the potential threat posed by these unidentified craft, launched a series of investigations to determine their origin and purpose. One of the most well-known of these investigations was Project Blue Book, an official U.S. Air Force program that collected and analyzed thousands of UFO reports. But according to some sources, Project Blue Book was only a public relations exercise, a way to placate the public while the real work was being done behind closed doors. The true nature of the government's efforts, they claim, was far more secretive and far-reaching. This covert initiative involved not just investigating UFO sightings, but actively engaging with the extraterrestrial beings that were believed to be piloting these craft. The implications of such contact were staggering, raising questions not only about national security, but about the very nature of human existence. As the United States grappled with the reality of these unidentified objects, a decision was made to establish a series of secret bases where research could be conducted away from prying eyes. These bases, hidden in remote locations across the country, would become the epicenters of America's most secretive and controversial projects. The most famous of these bases, of course, is Area 51. Located in the barren expanses of the Nevada desert, Area 51 has become synonymous with government secrecy and the study of extraterrestrial technology. For decades, the U.S. government denied the very existence of Area 51, despite clear evidence to the contrary. It wasn't until 2013 that the government officially acknowledged the base's existence, though it continues to insist that Area 51 is nothing more than a testing and training facility for military aircraft. But for those who have studied the history of Area 51, this explanation is far from satisfying. The remote location of Area 51, surrounded by miles of desolate desert, makes it the perfect place to conceal activities of a highly sensitive nature. The base is surrounded by a vast exclusion zone enforced by heavily armed security forces and state-of-the-art surveillance technology. Trespassers are met with immediate and severe response, and the airspace above the base is among the most restricted in the world. What could be so important, so classified, that it requires such extreme measures to protect? The answer, many believe, lies in the stories of reverse-engineered alien technology and clandestine government experiments. The story of Area 51 took a dramatic turn in the late 1980s when a man named Bob Lazar came forward with a shocking claim. Lazar, who said he had worked at a facility called S4 near Area 51, described in detail how the U.S. government had recovered several extraterrestrial craft and was attempting to reverse engineer their advanced propulsion systems. According to Lazar, the technology was far beyond anything known to humanity, and the government was desperate to unlock its secrets. The implications of such a discovery were profound. If true, it could mean that the U.S. government was in possession of technology that could revolutionize energy, transportation, and even the fabric of space-time itself. Lazar's revelations were met with skepticism, and many have questioned his credibility over the years. Yet his account has remained remarkably consistent, and it has fueled speculation that Area 51 is indeed home to alien technology, and perhaps even extraterrestrial beings. The base's location deep within a restricted military zone only adds to its mystique. Surrounded by miles of uninhabited desert with airspace that is among the most restricted in the world, Area 51 is the perfect place to hide something truly extraordinary. The idea that the government might be concealing extraterrestrial technology or even living aliens at this remote base has captured the public's imagination for decades. But Area 51 is not the only secret base rumored to be involved in extraterrestrial research. In the remote mountains of northern New Mexico, near the small town of Dulce, lies another facility that has become the focus of intense speculation, the Dulce Base. Unlike Area 51, which is primarily a surface installation, the Dulce Base is said to be an extensive underground complex buried deep beneath the Archuleta Mesa. The very nature of the base, hidden beneath the earth, lends an air of darkness and mystery that has only fueled the stories surrounding it. The stories surrounding the Dulce Base are even more bizarre and terrifying than those of Area 51. According to various accounts, the Dulce Base is not just a research facility, but a joint human-alien underground city. Alleged former employees and whistleblowers have described a vast network of tunnels and chambers where advanced genetic experiments are conducted, experiments that involve both humans and extraterrestrials. These experiments, it is said, go far beyond the bounds of ethical science, delving into areas of genetic manipulation, cloning, and hybridization. The idea that human and alien scientists could be working together in secret, conducting experiments that would be considered abominations by any standard of morality, is a chilling thought. One of the most infamous stories associated with the Dulce Base is that of Paul Bennewitz, a businessman and UFO researcher who became convinced that he had uncovered evidence of alien activity near Dulce. Bennewitz claimed that he had intercepted electronic signals coming from the base and had even filmed strange craft flying in the area. His investigations led him to believe that the U.S. government was involved in a massive cover-up and that the Dulce Base was the site of horrifying experiments involving human abductees. Bennewitz's obsession with the Dulce Base ultimately led to his mental breakdown, a tragic end that some believe was orchestrated by government agents determined to silence him. The Dulce Base, like Area 51, is shrouded in secrecy. Its remote location, deep underground, makes it nearly impossible to investigate, and those who have tried have often met with resistance or intimidation. The very existence of such a facility raises disturbing questions about the lengths to which the government might go to conceal the truth about its dealings with extraterrestrial beings. Are these bases merely the tip of the iceberg? Could there be other, even more secretive installations hidden across the country, or even the world, where the boundaries of science and morality are pushed to their limits? The notion that the U.S. government might be conducting secret experiments involving extraterrestrial beings and advanced technology is not as far-fetched as it might seem. The Cold War era was a time of intense secrecy and paranoia, with both superpowers engaged in a relentless pursuit of technological superiority. In such an environment, it is not difficult to imagine that the government would be willing to explore any avenue, no matter how unconventional or dangerous, in its quest for power and knowledge. Bennewitz's claims were initially dismissed by many as the delusions of a paranoid man, but over time, his story has become a key part of the lore surrounding the Dulce base. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, Bennewitz had become increasingly convinced that something extraordinary and sinister was occurring beneath the Archuleta Mesa. He claimed to have intercepted electronic signals, which he believed were communications between alien beings and the secret base. Bennewitz even reported seeing strange lights in the sky above the mesa and unusual aircraft that he insisted were not of human origin. His accounts were met with skepticism, but they also attracted the attention of those who were already suspicious of government activities in remote areas of the country. Over time, Bennewitz's story began to gain traction within the UFO community. Despite the initial dismissal of his claims, the idea that a joint human-alien facility could exist in such a secluded location began to resonate with those who believed that the U.S. government was involved in covert dealings with extraterrestrial beings. Some researchers believed that Bennewitz was deliberately fed disinformation by government agents in an attempt to discredit him and obscure the truth about Dulce. They argue that the government, aware of Bennewitz's investigations, sought to manipulate his findings, leading him down a path that would ultimately discredit him in the eyes of the public and the UFO research community. Whether or not the stories are true, the legend of the Dulce base has endured, and it remains one of the most talked about alleged secret alien bases in the United States. The base, often described as a vast underground complex with multiple levels, is said to be the site of experiments that go far beyond the ethical boundaries of conventional science. Whistleblowers and alleged former employees have described a facility where genetic manipulation, cloning, and hybridization are conducted on both human and alien subjects. These stories, while unverified, have become a cornerstone of conspiracy theories surrounding government secrecy and the existence of extraterrestrial life. Another facility often mentioned in connection with secret alien research is Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio. Wright-Patterson is home to the Air Force Research Laboratory and the National Air and Space Intelligence Center, making it a key site for aerospace research and development. The base's official functions involve the development of cutting-edge aviation technology and intelligence analysis. But according to numerous accounts, it is also the place where the wreckage, and possibly the bodies, from the infamous Roswell UFO crash of 1947 were taken for analysis. The connection between Wright-Patterson and Roswell is deeply ingrained in UFO lore. According to various reports, the debris from the Roswell crash, including the bodies of the alien beings that were reportedly found at the crash site, were transported to Wright-Patterson for study. The most persistent rumors involve the so-called Hangar 18, where the wreckage and bodies were allegedly stored. Hangar 18 has become synonymous with government cover-ups and the concealment of evidence related to extraterrestrial encounters. Despite the Air Force's consistent denials of the existence of such a hangar or any extraterrestrial artifacts, the stories have persisted for decades, fueled by the testimony of former military personnel who claim to have witnessed the transport and storage of the debris. The secrecy surrounding Wright-Patterson, like that of Area 51 and the Dulce Base, has made it a focal point for conspiracy theories. The idea that the U.S. government is hiding extraterrestrial technology or even living aliens at these bases is not just the stuff of science fiction. It is a belief held by many in the UFO research community who argue that the government's consistent denial and obfuscation are proof that something extraordinary is being concealed. The testimonies of those who claim to have seen alien bodies, advanced technology, or both add a layer of credibility to the stories, making Wright-Patterson a symbol of the lengths to which the government might go to keep the truth from the public. But what if the secrecy is not just about hiding alien technology? What if it is also about controlling the narrative around extraterrestrial encounters? According to some researchers, the U.S. government has long been involved in a deliberate campaign of misinformation and disinformation designed to confuse the public and keep the truth about UFOs hidden. This effort, they argue, is managed by a secretive group known as Majestic 12, or MJ-12. According to documents that surfaced in the 1980s, MJ-12 was a top-secret group established by President Harry Truman in 1947 following the Roswell incident. Its purpose was to oversee all aspects of the U.S. government's dealings with extraterrestrial life, including the recovery and study of alien technology. The existence of MJ-12 has been hotly debated, with some researchers claiming that the documents are genuine and others dismissing them as elaborate forgeries. But whether real or not, the concept of MJ-12 has become a central element in many conspiracy theories about secret alien bases. Proponents of the MJ-12 theory argue that the group operates above the law with unlimited resources and the authority to suppress any information that could lead to public awareness of the truth. This includes managing the secret bases where alien technology and beings are allegedly housed, as well as controlling the narrative around UFO sightings and incidents. If MJ-12 exists, it would represent the ultimate manifestation of the government's desire to keep the truth about extraterrestrial life hidden from the public. The very idea of such a group, operating in the shadows with unchecked power, adds a layer of intrigue and fear to the already complex web of conspiracy theories surrounding America's secret alien bases. Another aspect of America's secret alien bases that has fueled speculation is their connection to so-called black projects, classified military and intelligence operations that are funded off the books and are not subject to the usual oversight by Congress or the public. These projects, often conducted in conjunction with the defense contractors that make up the military-industrial complex, are believed to involve the development of some of the most advanced and secretive technologies in existence. The idea that billions of dollars could be funneled into projects that are hidden from public scrutiny, all in the name of national security, is both alarming and plausible, given the history of government secrecy. Many researchers believe that the most cutting-edge technologies developed through these black projects, including those involving alien technology, are hidden away in secret bases like Area 51 and the Dulce Base. These facilities provide the perfect environment for testing and developing new systems without the risk of exposure. The military-industrial complex's involvement in these projects has led to concerns about the lack of accountability and the potential for these technologies to be used in ways that are not in the public's best interest. The notion that some of the most advanced technologies ever developed might be hidden away in these secret bases, used only by a select few, raises ethical questions about the distribution of power and knowledge in society. The secrecy surrounding black projects is so intense that even members of Congress are often unaware of their existence. Funding for these projects is buried deep within the Pentagon's budget, and the few officials who are privy to their details are sworn to secrecy. This has led to a situation where a significant portion of the U.S. government's technological research and development is conducted in complete secrecy with little to no oversight. The implications of this are profound. If the government is indeed developing and testing technologies derived from alien sources, the potential for these technologies to reshape the world is enormous, and yet they remain beyond the reach of public scrutiny or ethical debate. The legacy of secrecy surrounding America's secret alien bases is one of distrust, speculation, and fear. The government's refusal to provide clear answers or acknowledge the existence of these bases has only fueled the belief that something extraordinary is being hidden. This has led to a growing movement for transparency and disclosure, with many calling for the government to come clean about what it knows regarding UFOs and extraterrestrial life. The push for disclosure is driven not just by curiosity, but by a deep-seated concern that the government is withholding information that could have a profound impact on humanity's future. In recent years, there has been some movement toward greater transparency. The release of previously classified documents, the acknowledgement of UFO encounters by military personnel, and the establishment of official programs to investigate unidentified aerial phenomena have all contributed to a growing sense that the truth may finally be coming to light. However, the full extent of what is hidden in America's secret alien bases remains a mystery. The documents released so far have only scratched the surface, leaving many unanswered questions and fueling further speculation about what might still be concealed. For those who believe in the existence of these bases and the secrets they contain, the quest for truth is far from over. The questions raised by the existence of these bases go beyond simple curiosity. They strike at the heart of what it means to be human and our place in the universe. If the U.S. government is indeed in possession of alien technology or has made contact with extraterrestrial beings, the implications for humanity are profound. Such knowledge could challenge our understanding of science, religion, and the very fabric of reality itself. The story of America's secret alien bases is one that raises more questions than answers. It is a story of hidden agendas, advanced technology, and the possibility of contact with beings from beyond our world. The secrecy surrounding these bases has led to an atmosphere of distrust and speculation, with many believing that the truth is being deliberately kept from the public. The narrative that has emerged is one of a government willing to go to extraordinary lengths to protect its secrets, even at the cost of public trust. As the push for disclosure continues, it is possible that we may one day learn the full extent of what is hidden in these secret bases. Whether it is advanced technology, evidence of extraterrestrial life, or something even more extraordinary, the answers could change our understanding of the world and our place in the cosmos. Until that day comes, the mystery of America's secret alien bases will remain one of the most intriguing and controversial topics in the world of UFO research and conspiracy theories. The existence of secret alien bases, if proven, would be a monumental revelation, one that would force us to rethink everything we know about science, technology, and the possibilities of life beyond Earth. The truth, whatever it may be, is out there, waiting to be discovered.